Hey there, writer. I want to share with you today 5 truths that can help you build your confidence in songwriting. I even wrote them down so I would remember what I wanted to tell you. But these are 5 things that really help me in my confidence as a songwriter, and I want to pass that along to you, and I hope that it helps you. Number 1, know that you have a unique voice, you have unique thoughts, and there is no one else that has the same perspective as you do. I think that's so important to remember because it's easy to compare ourselves to other writers, to other people, and say, well, there's a lot of great songwriters out there and there's a lot of great songs. Why does the world need to hear my song? Well, believe me, they do. And your voice is important, your voice is unique, and the world needs to hear it. The second thing I wanted to share with you is to know that one idea will not make or break you. And I think it's okay to have lots of different ideas. It's okay to play around with different styles, to try new things. And you never know, you might find something that you really enjoy or you're really good at that you wouldn't have known if you hadn't tried something new. If a song is not that great, that's okay. Maybe it will lead you to a new idea or to something that's even better. And that's happened with me. A lot of times I will try something new, and if it's not that great, I'll just trash it, or I'll leave it in a notebook and maybe use it again later on, or realize, yep, that's definitely not what I want to do. So trying something new is really helpful because you may find something you love, or you find something that you definitely know is not your thing. The third thing I want to share with you is that persistence is greater than perfection. This is a big one. Getting your thoughts down on paper and expressing yourself is a great way to just get it out of your head. And I think being consistent and having a discipline of writing a little bit every day will get you in that habit of writing, and you'll get better at it as you go. Practice makes perfect, right? But I do think that persistence is better than perfection. If we wait until our idea is completely perfect before we start, we may not ever write it down. And so I just want to encourage you that if you write a little bit every day, it's going to get better and better. Your writing will improve and you'll just flow easier because you're used to it, and it won't be holding you back from starting. Writing is a process and it's a journey. It's not a destination because there's always more to write, and you don't need to get caught up in the idea of like, oh, well, this is the one song that I'm gonna write, because you can always write another song. And I have notebooks full of ideas that are just on a shelf, and I may never go back to those ideas, but I'm glad I wrote them down. And sometimes if I do have writer's block or I'm stuck on something, I'll go through those ideas and it might make me think of another idea or a new idea, or I may finally be at a place in my life to go back to something that I started writing and be able to finish it. So the fourth thing I want to share with you is that your work does not define your worth. This is huge for songwriters. And I know when I started writing songs especially, I was so nervous to share them with anybody because I wanted them to be perfect before I would play them for anyone. And when you're just starting, you're learning. I think people do have some grace for that, especially if you're like, hey, what do you think of this song? It's new, I haven't shared it a whole lot. People are usually pretty gracious, but it's easy and it's natural to kind of get nervous about sharing that because we're afraid if they don't like our song, that means they don't like me. You know, that means, this is my baby, this is something that I've created, that I've nurtured, and I'm finally sharing it with the world, and no one wants to be told that they have an ugly baby, right? So I think the truth is that if somebody doesn't like your song, it may not even be that it's a bad song. It might just be that that song wasn't for them. The fifth thing I want to share with you is that there is room for everyone. There's room for every gift, for every talent. There's room for your expertise. There's room for your perspective. And your story is important because if you don't tell your story, who else is going to do that? Your story is important. Your voice is important. So I want to encourage you to keep writing because the world needs to hear your voice. and you will feel a lot better if you get all those ideas out of your head and put them on paper. So I want to encourage you to do that even today. Just start writing something. Write down whatever you're thinking, and keep these things in mind as you're writing. Remind yourself about the things that will help you build your confidence, and you'll get better and better at it as you go. So I want to encourage you to write a little bit every day, and to remember that you have a unique voice. Remember that one song is not going to make or break you. That persistence is better than perfection, greater than perfection. Also, your work does not define your worth. Please remember that. And finally, there's room for everyone. There's room for your voice. I hope this is encouraging to you, and if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend who needs some encouragement. Share it with another writer, and also subscribe to the channel for more videos about songwriting coming soon. Thanks so much for watching.